There are 25 Bloodstar limbs to find in the game, and every 5 that you find will permanently upgrade your maximum health. The first can be found in the Central Shallows. From the Moonshell, head southeast to find a sandcastle tower with a crab on top. Clear out the enemies around the tower, then talk to the crab who will give it to you for helping him. The second Bloodstar limb can be found near that crab in the shallows next to the red flip-flop bridge. Simply head over to find it on the ground. The third Bloodstar limb can be found in the hidden castle on the western cliffs of the Central Shallows. Follow the path I take up the hooks and through the castle to find it in a clam chest at the very top. The fourth Bloodstar limb can be found near the Central Shallows Moonshell. Just behind the Moonshell, you'll need to jump up a couple of raised platforms to find this one on the ground. The fifth Bloodstar limb can be found in the Snail caves just before the required boss fight in this area. It is just on the ground before the boss fight arena, so it's very difficult to miss when you're progressing the story, but it would be right here. The sixth Bloodstar limb is found near the Slacktide Moonshell in the Shallows. After the castle has been overrun by enemies, you'll be able to follow the path I take up the castle with some light platforming to find the limb in a clam chest near the highest point. Bloodstar limbs 7 through 9 can be purchased from the prawn shop in the lower crust of New Carcinia. The price will increase with each one that you buy, but in total you'll need to spend 13,500 microplastics to buy all 3. The 10th Bloodstar limb is found south of the central Vista moonshell in the sands between. The limb is found on the ground surrounded by rocks just off the main path. The 11th Bloodstar limb can be found all the way west in the sands between. Below the cliffs you'll find a bunch of enemies grouped together. Get rid of them and grab the limb that they were guarding. The 12th Bloodstar limb is found near the Flotsam runoff in the sands between. Follow the path to the battery crab, but instead of activating it, we'll jump down to the small camp below and grab the limb from one of the houses. The 13th Bloodstar limb is found in the east of the sands between, near the Secluded Ridge and Ridge Overlook moonshells. You'll find 2 hammer enemies in this secluded area. Defeating both of them will reward you with the limb. The 14th Bloodstar limb is found near the Secluded Ridge moonshell in the sands between. If you haven't been here before, you'll need to use Mantis Punch to clear the block from the path. Then you'll also need to use Electrocute on the battery crab to activate the crane. I've covered all of the adaptations in another video in the playlist down in the description, so if you're missing these abilities, be sure to check that video out. Now, across the crane, you'll want to continue forward until you find another hammer enemy. Defeating this hammer enemy will reward you with this limb. The 15th Bloodstar limb can be found near the Grove entrance in the Expired Grove. Continue past the colander to find a purple block that you can clear with the Mantis Punch adaptation. The limb is in a clam chest further down this path. The 16th Bloodstar limb is found in the Curdled village of the Expired Grove. This location is full of milk carton buildings, so you'll want to stick to the left side as I'm doing to find the limb inside one of the buildings. The 17th Bloodstar limb is found in the company town of Flotsam Vale, jumping down from the moonshell and walking along the beach until you get to some platforms in the oil. Some enemies will try to attack, but then you can grab the limb from the red barrel platform. The 18th Bloodstar limb is found after the Ceviche Sisters boss fight in Flotsam Vale. After the fight, continue forward and upward to get to a switch, which will lower a platform below with a clam chest on it. Then jump down to the platform to open the chest and grab the limb. The 19th Bloodstar limb is found near the mag rail platform moonshell in Flotsam Vale. You'll want to get onto the roof of the building, then continue forward past the box hermits to find another clam chest with your limb inside. Bloodstar limbs number 20 and 21 can be found along the same path in the Unfathom. From the Hermit's Plateau, follow the path I take to find some vents with a shortcut door ahead of them. Apologies for the laggy video in this area, that is actually my game and not the recording, so not much I can do about that. Anyway, continue forward, and before the vents you can pick up your 20th limb from the ground, and then we're going to continue forward through the shortcut door to find the 21st limb on the edge of a cliff. The 22nd Bloodstar limb can be found in the Unfathom just past the Luminous Respite moonshell. Jump across the hooks and follow the path I take to find a hidden cave with some enemies inside. Clear them out and grab the limb from the clam chest. The 23rd Bloodstar limb is found near the Fragmented Viaduct moonshell in the Old Ocean. Make your way to the end of the viaduct and jump down. You'll be able to find this limb lying on the ground on one of the platforms below. The 24th Bloodstar limb can be found just below the main path from the city gate's moonshell in the old ocean. Continue forward, and after entering the first building, look below and jump down to find the limb on the ground of the lower level. And finally, the 25th Bloodstar limb is found in the elevator room of the old ocean. After riding the elevator up, you'll be in this room and want to continue forward to get on the raised platform in the center of the room. Your last limb can be found on this raised platform.